Yoga teachers, here is an all levels yoga class plan example that you can literally use in the next class that you teach. Here is my Warrior 3 tree mashup all levels yoga class plan. So the first part of the class plan is the grounding and tune in. This is about the first 5 to 7 minutes of class. The first part of the grounding and tune in is getting your students present on the yoga mat. A lot of the time students are running around to get on their yoga mat, get to class on time. So I like to spend the first 60 seconds in really giving your students permission to be present. Most of the time I do this by saying, take a deep breath in, side out the mouth. Allow yourself to fully arrive on the mat. Let go of your day, let go of your to-do list, let go of any fears, worries, or anxieties, and just really allow yourself to be present on your mat. So something like that in whatever words, just getting them present on the mat. The next part of the grounding and tune-in is teaching a breathing technique. In this class plan, we're going to teach Ujjayi breath, or Ujjayi pranayama, and sometimes depending on who's in my all levels class, I will actually teach them how to do it by doing 3-part breath first, and then taking one hand above the mouth, taking a deep breath in, sighing it out, feeling the heat of the breath on the hand, and then releasing the hand down, and then keeping the mouth closed, but still making that same ha sound. So I might actually teach it like that, or I might just say, find your 3-part breath. On your next exhale, activate your Ujjayi breath, feeling the breath in the back of your throat, or hearing the breath like the sound of the ocean. So it really depends on who's in my all-level class. If they're more new, I might actually break down how to do Ujjayi breath. If they're more experienced, I'll kind of just guide them to activate their Ujjayi breath. But that's the next part in class. Then it goes into theming the class and setting an intention. So in this particular class, this is the theme and intention. I'm just going to read it to you off my paper because yes, while I'm teaching, I do use my notes and I don't have this memorized. So the theme and intention for the class is this. Take a second to think of a moment in your life that fills you with gratitude. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, whether it happened today or years ago. Picture it vividly in your mind. Now step into that moment as if you're actually living it right now. Feel it in your body, in your heart, and in your soul. Let that gratitude expand within you. Let it fill you up completely. Then I would pause for a few seconds to let them do that. And then I would move on and say, now imagine a future moment you want to experience, something you dream of, something you're working towards. Visualize it with that same intensity and gratitude, as though it's already yours. Live it, feel it, and know it's possible. Again, I would pause and actually allow them to do that. And then I would say, let's set the collective intention to tap into this powerful energy of gratitude throughout our practice. Together, let's mentally repeat, I am grateful. Because gratitude is the fuel that will drive you towards your goals. It's the force that will help you step into your true power. Remember, you are powerful beyond measure. Let's move with that energy today. And then I would send that intention out into the world, either through a chant of Om or through an exhale. Then the next part of the class plan is moving on to the warm-up. So in this particular class, the warm-up is seated forward fold cat-cow, seated forward fold side bend, seated forward fold twists, open arm twist, side plank with the knee down, gate pose, bend and straighten that front leg, side angle with the knee down, side plank again with the knee down, to side plank, and then back to seated forward fold, and we'll repeat that whole sequence on the second side. So that's like the warm-up flow. Then we'll move into sequence 1. So sequence 1 in this class is tabletop, leg extended behind, rocking back and forth, cat-cow with leg extended behind, side plank with the knee down, option to do crunches in side plank, moving into low lunge, half split, half yogi squat, to wide-legged forward fold, warrior 2, downward facing dog, to plank, lower all the way down to the belly, low cobra with no hands 3 times, rolling cobra, child's pose, tabletop, and then repeat that whole thing on the second side. Moving on to sun salutation A, we'll do a creative variation of sun salutation A with baby tree. So it would be baby tree mountain pose, baby tree arms reach up, baby tree forward fold, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, baby tree forward fold, baby tree half lift, baby tree forward fold, baby tree arms reach up, baby tree mountain pose, and then repeat the whole thing on the second side. Moving on to sequence 2, side plank, to low lunge, to runner's lunge, to supported warrior 3, to tree warrior 3 mashup pose, to tree, to chair, to high lunge, to warrior two, to reverse warrior, to extended side angle, back to side plank, to plank with an optional vinyasa, and then repeat this whole thing on the second side. The cool down is starting in downward dog, to plank, lower down to your belly, Sphinx tree, option to do a twist here, and then repeat that little sequence on your second side. Then go to pigeon, to half butterfly moving sideways on your mat, to seated forward fold at the back of the mat, to pigeon on your second side, to half butterfly on your second side, to forward fold facing the front of the mat, forward fold side bend, forward fold twist, to reverse table, to option to do reverse table again or reverse plank. Then lower all the way down to your back, bridge with breath 3 times, supported bridge, legs up the wall, recline tree, recline butterfly, recline tree on your second side, back to recline butterfly, into shavasana. So this is an example of one of my class plans of exactly what it looks like inside of my class plans. I personally bring these notes with me when I go to teach. I lay them at the top of my mat. I don't worry about memorizing my theme and my intention that I'm going to set. I literally read that off the paper. And then anytime in class, I sometimes gaze down at my notes to remember where I'm going next. So yeah, this is an inside look into one of my class plans. If you want more done for you class plans, I actually sell 12 different class plan bundles ranging from gentle, beginner, slow flow, all levels of vinyasa flow, power yoga, playing with props, holiday class plans, mandala flows, like anything that you can think of, I probably created a class plan for and sell it. So if you want more support in making teaching yoga super simple and adding fresh sequences to your teaching, then I invite you to check out my different class plans.